COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on every single sector of the economy. This is a textile company within Eldoret that is every evident to show that they have been forced to make proper adjustments in the wake of this pandemic. Madam Gertrude Chemtai is a director in this company. She's going to tell us some of the few things you've done and some of the changes you've so far instituted within your company, just to make sure that you're trying to cope up with the situation in the wake of this pandemic.
My name is Gertrude Chemtai. I'm the director of Gintex Limited, and I'm also a youth director at the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Uasin Gishu chapter. In the wake of this pandemic, we've had to make adjustments in our business operations in terms of cutting down on our operations. We've had to let go of some of our staff because most of them come here using public means, and we are trying to make sure that very few people can come here at one time, so that we don't have that issue of transmission from one person to another in terms of congestion in our factory and also in terms of the use of public means of transport. As we continue to monitor the situation on the ground, we will make a decision as to whether we will close down completely or we'll maintain our operations at the minimum. Even the number of clientele has gone down. Most of the events have been cancelled within Eldoret, so most of the people whom we supply are unable to do their events, and therefore we are unable to offtake our goods. And as at now, we are just trying to adjust and see how we can pay rent at the end of the month, and also how we can make sure that we pay our employees. Because in the textile industry, most of our employees are casuals. They come in and they are paid per piece of the work they do. And they have to feed their families. So we have to make sure that work goes on at least to a certain level where they are able to maintain their families. But going forward, as we continue to see how this unravels, we'll have to see how we can be able to make them comfortable with their families by at least giving them something small that will help them to sustain themselves through this period. And also just to see how we can make sure that health-wise they are taken care of in terms of sanitations when they come in here, and having some sanitizers here, the masks and all that.
That appears to be the situation on every other sector on the ground. People, being advised to stay at home just to make sure that they are also observing the safety measures that have been put in place with the government, with hopes against hopes that at least in the near future the situation will be contained.